Hello everyone. I'm I'm on a treadmill in the same room, and I thought it would be cool to watch some videos together. Um, because I've been saying I want to do at least one chill stream a week, but I guess I haven't really scheduled it because I've been working all up until this point, and I really wanted to finish something, and I wasn't really sure that I'm gonna make it out in time. But here I am. I made it. So let's see. I'm gonna wait for some people to join. I think I'm live, right? Let me check. Oh yeah, Jake is here. Jake can tell me if I'm live. Jake, am I live right now? Can you see what I'm doing now? Slow stream, slow start to the stream. Oh, my computer does not like everything I'm doing. Yes, I'm live. Hello, hello, Martin. Nice to see you. Hello. Okay, let me open the chat so that I can highlight your messages. Does it bother you that I'm walking on the treadmill? Yeah, I guess I'm getting my steps in or something. I don't know. It keeps me a little bit active, but I think it might be difficult to speak with it, so I'll just stop it. It's difficult to speak and walk at the same time, huh? Okay. Wow, it's so weird to stop. I've been walking for 4 hours. 3 hours. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm a bit unprepared over here. Okay. Opening this up. Let's open the... Okay. Wow, it's so weird to stop. I've been walking for 4 hours. Okay. Let's highlight one. Hello, hello. There you go. It works. Works! Ha! Wouldn't you know it? So hello everyone. We're gonna be watching some videos today. If you have some recommendations, please shoot them up. If not, I'll show you what I have in my bag. Is it a bag of recommendation or is it like a sachet of recommendations? I don't know. It's recommendations. Martin says 3 hours. Martin, yesterday I was on it for 5 hours. My legs are definitely a little bit sore. Hey Moonmist, nice to see you. Jake, Moonmist, and Martin. Classical. Tone, of course. Soy Daddy. Hello, Soy Daddy. Soy Daddy. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna stay too long. I have maybe like an hour and a half too, and I thought it would be cool to spend it together, watch some videos. As I said, maybe you guys. Hello, Mio Kisses. Where am I walking to? Wait, I saw it. Where am I walking to? You guys. I'm walking towards you. I'm walking, see, towards that. But I'm no longer walking. I'm okay. I want you to watch a 20-minute animated episode so bad. I don't think you can watch it on stream though. Oh, that would be cool though. Oh, is Falek here? Falek, the amazing Falek. Hello, Falek. Falekofer. Yes. So without further ado. So 90 minutes and then 30 minutes saying goodbye. Oh, that was a good burn. I love it. Yeah, you know it, Tone. I have difficulty saying goodbye, Sumi. I have separation anxiety. You can't say goodbye easily to people, especially when we enjoy each other's presence. Hopefully. Is this supposed to be the Gek? Is this the Gek meme? For people who don't know, Tone, Soy Daddy, always puts the Gek memoji. Okay, let's watch some videos. I don't know if you guys know Matthias Hambre Svein. Yeah, he does a great job. His YouTube channel. I met him in Amsterdam actually. He came here for one damn month, and I think he does good thing. Wait, Felix says something interesting. Hey, Chip, saved 2 foxes yesterday during sabbing. Sabbing? What's sabbing? Whatever. You saved 2 foxes. That's amazing. There were cops present and they were pissed off that we were on a private road rather than illegal activity taking place there. Oh, wow. As always. Jamie Logan's recent goat yoga was wild. Oh, okay. I want to watch that also. Okay, we'll watch that. I also have one of Mr. Sohanovic's videos on my watch list. Where is Chip mustache? Yeah, I had to shave it. The mustache was annoying. It was just either ticklish or too long, and then when I would shave it a little bit, it would look too rare. It's just like my body saying, yeah, you can theoretically grow a mustache, but if you do, you're gonna hate it. So, you know, I'm just a slave to my body. What can I do? I don't support Amazon, but if you have Prime Video or are willing to pirate episode 1 about aliens, well, I know where to get it. Who at humans, it's vegan as fuck, and I know any vegan will love it. Okay, that's cool. Hey, B12 babe. I know your name is Anna, but I just B12 babe. It sounds so good. It's such a good name. This is hair abuse. Draco. Oh. Hey, Samarth, nice to see you. Sabbing, as in preventing fox hunters from fox hunting, which is illegal in UK. It's illegal to... Oh, fox hunting is illegal. Okay, yeah. And the police had an issue. Man, some people... Beard next. I was thinking about that. I was thinking beard. I'm gonna try beard, but beard is just gonna be here, you see, because nothing on the side. I'm like a baby skin on the side. Yeah, let's watch this video. Let's watch this video. I'm getting into it. Let's see what's happening.
Aren't you going against your
Let's see if the voice is good. Do you hear it?
own values?
Yeah. Okay, and let's make it big. Yeah, big-ish.
I absolutely do. I guess it's very much convenience, but I also realize that I'm actually just argumenting so that I feel good. It's so much ignoring. I can actually trick my brain very easily into thinking, well, it's okay. But it's actually not okay, because it would also not be okay if my mom would be exploited.
You see the hypocrisy,
Yeah.
so that's
That's the thing.
Oh, this music slaps.
Like I said, I like to have...
Does everybody just have their own music? That's kind of cool. I like that. People just making look at this intro also.
discussions about
Amazing.
ethical issues with
I like this. Very nicely made. Wow, I should do this also. Huh? A little bit of introduction, this music. Look at how nice this is. This whole introduction. He's been on stage speaking, singing. Here he is singing on stage again. Let's see all his faces, because I like those. Look at this. Speaking on stage, telling people, hey, what are you doing to animals? Then showing us his CD. Forwandring i regler. I guess that's something in a different language. Yeah. Festival for all. And then speaking with this guy. I think I saw this video. Good video. And here he is explaining and pointing at food. This is what you gotta eat. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. And then he's dancing over here. I just like, and here we have on the right side also again some food stuff. Oh, and look how you gotta see it. Look how all these people are rapping to his music. He's just singing and people are rapping. Hell yeah. This guy's famous. It's cool.
Like I said, I like to have discussions about ethical issues with people. So I'm going to start off fairly easy, and then maybe the questions become more difficult as we go along.
I don't know where this is, but this, if you guys know where this is, is Matthias from Sweden or Denmark, or let's see if it says here. Okay, so that's his music. There's some Snoop Dogg in there. It doesn't say the location, does it? No. Okay, she's and they're in front of this beautiful statue. He's got a good rapping microphone, and he's gonna talk about animals. Let's go.
Okay.
So, how do you feel about violence?
I don't feel very good about violence, I guess. I can understand when some people take violence as like an instrument.
How do you feel about violence? Interesting way to start.
But in general, I don't really like violence, and I disagree with people that use violence to accomplish their goals. I don't know.
Well, are there circumstances where violence can be justified?
That's a very good question. I think that's like it very much depends on your personal stance. Like,
What
for
about
me
you?
Wait, some people already know. Jake asks, is this Oslo, Norway? Ben says it could be from Denmark. He had a very good response to the plants feel pain BS. He asked if she thinks that it's wrong to... Is this in the same video, Ben? No spoilers, Ben. What are you doing? Yes, it's Norway. He's from Norway. Ask Pia if she comes in. She's Danish. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, okay. I guess Norway. This is Norway. It's pretty. It's pretty. And it's somewhere when the sun is setting, right? I guess you don't ever know in Norway because the sun is always setting during winter in Norway or something, right? Or pretty fast. You can't tell what time it is, but yeah. No, it was another lady. Ah, okay, so let me read it then. He had a very good response to the plants feel pain BS. He asked if she thinks that it's wrong to sexually exploit an animal and then asked her if it's wrong to have sex with a cucumber. Whoa, whoa, Ben, that is really good. That is really good. That was really good. Okay, I think I might use that. Okay, I like that. That's a good one. Very good one. Like it.
Your personal stance,
Well, I think it's always the question if you can like weigh up one life against like the lives of many people. So, for example, if we talk about climate change, if we talk about like issues that concern the whole society, and they're like some people, like maybe just one or two people that could change something, but they don't. And so if you would maybe kill them, then that would change a lot for a lot of people. I can kind of understand why people take then violence as a moyen, like as an instrument. And for example, also like dictators that like kind of like are like kept like they're basically the reason that a lot of people die, that a lot of people suffer. I can understand why you would want to maybe kill them. I don't know. Or yeah, like use violence.
But
not even
in
kill
that
them.
case, so if it's like to overthrow like a dictator, it would be probably the violence is to prevent more violence.
Exactly.
Kinda.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's kind of like my thought of like exactly using violence to prevent more. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so what is what?
The problem with violence for me, I've been thinking about this violence stuff. The problem with it is people could bring up crop deaths, right? Because that's also still a violent thing if you think about it. Oh, look, somebody says get a job. I do have a job. I'm just taking a break from it, dude. This is how I take my breaks. This is my lunch break, okay? My lunch break is coming here and having conversations with people, okay? Well, just, you know, having... not conversations, watching stuff. Hey, Sky. Hello. I wanted to do it later, by the way. I didn't want to do it right now, but there's a lot of streams later, and I don't want to interfere in anybody's stream. Hint, wink, Mr. Sky Jack Morgan, who wants also streams later. Yo, just hit that like, yeah. VPM is right. Hey, VPM, hit that like, yeah. Hit it. Don't click it, hit it. Like, take your palm and hit it. Don't, if you click it or if you tap it, it's not going to work. You just have to hit it, and then it works. Appreciate it. Okay, let's watch this video.
It's only justified if it's to like avoid more violence, like say self-defense or defending others.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, how do you feel about exploitation? Meaning using someone else for your own benefit without their consent?
I don't like it.
No.
At all.
Can exploitation ever be justified?
No, I don't really think so. I mean, if we talk about maybe like taking advantage.
It's very, I get distracted by the sculpture, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna get distracted. Have you noticed this guy just climbing all over the sculpture over here? Like, do you think that I mean, I know they fly, right? So they can get anywhere by flying. But do you think like this was a trail for him, like that he got over here and then the trail is over there? Because, you know, it's bigger, right? Like if you imagine that if a human was as big as him, if a human was as big as him, right? He's what, half of this, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8. So 16 times 1.6 meters. 1.6. Who's 1.6? Everybody's way taller than that. 1.8 meters. So it's like 30 meters high. Yeah, that's a legitimate trail. That's a legitimate trail. Hey, Swamp Slug. What is wrong is the unnecessary part. We can justify what is necessary. Yeah, and I also think one thing, exploitation is by default the unnecessary part, right? Because exploitation means that it's unjust, it's cruel and unjust. So, yeah. I can imagine doing activism to you and you saying, I know, bro, but have you seen that guy over there walking up the stairs? I do get distracted easily. I'm working on it, though. Let's move on. But look at this guy. Like, he's so cute over there. Like, you can't not like him. The statue, the guy, it's all good. And I think the statue, does it resemble like a cat or something? Because it kind of looks like a cat, right? Like, kind of like this is the butt of the cat. These are the paws of the cat. And this is the, I guess, head. The head doesn't really look like the head of a cat, but everything else kind of does.
Of the skill of someone to also then maybe prevent like the exploitation of other people or to prevent the death of other people. There I can kind of get it, but in general, I don't think it's a good thing.
When you say
maybe just one thing. I think if you can like, or if you have arguments and then argue with this person and you can maybe like convince them that this measurement or whatever is good, and then you can like kind of convince them instead of like exploit them, that I think is good.
The last point I didn't follow quite.
So I think what she's trying to say is that if they consent to being exploited, it's all good.
Like, for example, if I don't know, I think exploitation is, I feel like before exploiting someone, you can always try to argue with them and try to change their mind so that you don't have to exploit them, but you can still like kind of like convince them of your own opinion, and then that they.
And when you said like using others for like their skills, but if it's like consensual, that like you ask others like to help you with something, then it's not really exploitation. I would say.
Yeah, that's true. But for example, if I like in the sense of.
I'm gonna put it to 1.25, everyone, because I don't know. She speaks slow. I've just had tofu with lentil curry. Damn, Brett, that sounds amazing. I'm having a late night snack. Is it night for you? That's cool. Trail mix. I like that. Who's having lunch right now? I just had an apple. Hell yeah, B12 babe. Who's having lunch right now? What do you mean? It's 2. It's a pretty good hour to have lunch. See, Felek had an office lunch. For snack near me are 2 bananas. I don't know if he had them already, but he just know that they're there next to him. Just about to have lunch and watch. See, Martin also having lunch. Everybody's having lunch at this time. You Germans. Are you German? No, are you German? No, I don't think you're German. I think I remember you saying that you're from a different country, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not. So, yeah. I think this person doesn't understand what exploitation is. Yeah, I don't think they understand. Yeah. It's technically early morning. Just drank my coffee. It's 8:30 a.m. Jake, that's cool. 8:30 a.m. That's cool. I wish it were 8:30. I would go to the gym. Enjoy your food. Yeah. Enjoy your food. And if you want to tell us what food you're eating, I'll gladly listen and salivate.
Where, for example, I need a doctor to kind of like help someone that I love, whatever, and this doctor is not like. Kind of like doesn't want to do an operation or whatsoever. I can understand that people might want to exploit this person to help their loved ones,
Oh, yeah.
But of course, you should actually always trust the opinion of this expert as a doctor to not do this operation, for example.
And in this rare case, you said it's also...
So it's difficult to put it, if you put it faster, she speaks in pause. Well, I guess she's just trying to speak right now. That won't be a dick. Let's just listen normally.
Sounds like to prevent suffering or the death.
Yeah, I guess.
Basically.
Yeah.
So would that be like the only
I guess.
exception to the rule?
Yeah, I don't know why else.
Yeah, cool. And can anything be victim of either violence or exploitation? Say if I break a rock, was that violence towards that rock or exploitation?
No, I'd say like things that don't have feelings, that don't have perception.
Yeah,
no.
right. So feelings and perception, in other words, like sentience.
Yeah, exactly.
So breaking your arm is quite different from breaking the branch of a tree.
Yeah, of course. I mean, a tree for me is also something different than maybe a rock.
Oh, he already started with the plants thing. I like it. I like where he's going. He's covering the bases.
Because like a tree is more...
A tree has life. Is life?
It's not life, but it's more life than a rock for me, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you can. There's branches of life. You have like bacteria, plants, fungi. Exactly.
Oh, I'm getting distracted. Tofu in panko for later. Oh, forget about it. Tofu in panko. Oh, I like that. Nice. You know the Homer Simpson. Oh, fake Felek, it's 125. We know where you are, Felek. There's only one place in this world where it's 125. Right now. Japanese breadcrumbs, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get back to work and listen only. Psh, rude. Nah, I appreciate you, Felek. I'm kidding. Crunchy tofu. Yeah, I haven't made crunchy tofu in a while, but I can imagine that if you air fry it a little bit ahead of time so that it becomes a little bit harder, and then you put it in something wet and then in the panko stuff, I guess chickpea flour plus water. Yeah. I'm an animal. I just eat tofu out of the box. Yeah, who has time for that? Who has time? Hey, Gumli, nice to see you. Unacceptable, you're late. How dare you, Gumli? Welcome.
And those things. So, what branch of life has this feelings, perception things you mentioned? Sentience.
Animals, like human beings. Yeah, also kind of plants, mushrooms, whatever. But yeah.
Well, I would say plants and mushrooms don't have like a brain or a nervous system.
Of course.
I can't. I just can't. I mean, we're trying to watch something, but seriously, Marissa, you don't have an air fryer. Oh, Marissa, I guess you're not in your 30s. If you're in your 30s and you don't have an air fryer, it's insane. It's like how dare you? Yeah. Once you get one, you'll just start talking about it. It just happens. It's like a virus. It's really good. You just put everything in there and it just makes it.
That's true, but still it's like kind of disrespectful. I don't know, even though they don't have a brain, I don't really know why you would want to break a tree's branch.
But if I walk on grass, is that like the same question. As bombing cities? Like
no, not at all. Not at all. I mean, it's always like you can be very, very radical with that thought, but you can also be like a little bit more in relation, because of course the life of a human is like something whole differently than nature. But I think nature as a whole, we as human species should like take care of. I don't know, or in general, I mean, humans go everywhere and just do whatever they want without like having something in mind.
It can be like destroying environments can be wrong, but of course, but like the reason behind
why is destroying environments wrong, I guess?
And it is maybe not so much that you're directly like exploiting or being
Yeah.
violent to like an individual,
Yeah.
but it can have negative consequences like in the
Absolutely.
bigger picture.
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
I mean, taking the
It can have negative consequences towards the individual
Amazonas.
specifically.
Forest, like people destroying it to then plant there, like I don't know what, or like destroying the forest.
Yeah.
Then.
When I asked like what branch of life has sentience, you said the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about all the animals being exploited and killed for things like meat, eggs, dairy, leather, entertainment, clothing?
Let's see. What do you think she'll say? Let's say. So I guess in the end she will be open-minded, but there might be like a little bit of a dissonance at the beginning. Say 1 if you think she's going to be dissonant, and 2 if you think she's not going to be dissonant. Why not? Had sugared tofu donuts for dessert. Whoa, I didn't even know that's an option. Sugared tofu donuts. That's insane. Team air fryer, hell yeah, team air fryer. I love it. Air fryers are excellent, hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I bought one second hand. They're really cheap if you buy them second hand also, and they're so useful. Like they're like a convection oven, and they start up immediately and heat up immediately. So yeah, they're pretty good.
Feel very bad about it, and I don't support it.
You don't?
I mean, I do support it right now, actually.
Cope period, and then maybe acceptance. I mean, she did say I feel very bad about it and I don't support it, and then she went I do support it. Let's see.
But like right now, I'm kind of in a not my normal situation because I'm doing an Erasmus semester in France, and so there I actually eat like dairy products and eggs. But normally when I'm at home, I mostly eat vegan, and I also don't buy clothes that are not secondhand but have animal products in themselves. So it's.
Do you know the definition of veganism?
So I think there's this ideology of being vegan and like seeing animals as like a like the speciesism. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but like as you can exploit, or as there's sexism, that can also be like discrimination against like this whole species.
Yeah,
of animals.
So she knew about speciesism. Air fryers are basically just countertop convection ovens. Maybe I'm just a sourpuss. Well, dandelion gum, the thing about them is that they warm up almost instantly. That's the big thing about it. I mean, that's true. They're just essentially top convection ovens, but they also warm up instantly, and you just put shit in and bam, start. That's it. You don't have to warm them up, no nothing. Well, at least I don't warm up mine. I just put it and start. So that's the beauty of it, because they're a very, very small, they have a very, very small room, so they warm up quite fast and they use way less energy.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I guess veganism is to not exploit animals in any kind of way.
You're one of the very few people I talk to who get that right. Most people say, it means that you don't eat this and that, or you don't. But like, it's not a set of practices; it's a principle, like ideology, like you said. So, and all the practices just logically follow.
Yeah.
So veganism is to animals what feminism is to women.
Yeah,
say. And I wouldn't say feminism is a lifestyle where you don't rape and beat up women. No, it's a principle that women should be equal to men. Like,
Absolutely. And for that, I would not consider myself vegan because right now I do this exception and I exploit animals, so I can't be vegan. But I think at some point in my life, I want to really follow this ideology.
Yeah, if you're exploiting.
Very interesting. She's not the first person I hear saying at some point in my life I want to do this. So it's pretty clear that some part of our messaging is working really well, and a lot of people want to be vegans, which is good. That means our messaging is working. I guess we also need to work on the ease of being vegan. We definitely need videos like that, like how easy it is to vegan. I know we have a lot of recipe influencers. I'm not sure if we have enough people just speaking about how easy it is.
Now, aren't you going against your own values that you started off with?
I absolutely do. And
what would stop you from just going all in, leave all animals alone?
Actually, like I feel like in France, for me, I really see a difference because normally I live in Germany. So it's like there, I find it so much easier. Like my friends, they're all like vegetarian or even vegan. The like products that you can buy are so much cheaper. They're very much there. And in France, in general, like it's so much more expensive to buy in general, like food. I'd say.
I heard that France is one of the worst places to be vegan in Western Europe because it's like everybody just consumes a lot of meat and stuff. Perfect for ADHDers. Yeah, they are. Air fryers are pretty good. Fair enough. I guess they're more space efficient than a large oven. Way more. Way more. Chips made in an air fryer are fire. Oh, yeah. The sweet potato chips also, Martin. I'm a sweet potato chip person. Chip is sponsored by Big Air Fryer. Sure. Baby steps are for babies. I'm in France. I feel alone with veganism. Yeah, I get you. So Draculum, how is it? Is it like, is the vegan food? I mean, here in the Netherlands we have a lot of plant-based options, and I can't say they're getting more. I guess they're kind of like, some are changing. Some companies are doing more, some companies are doing less, but there's kind of the same amount of plant-based products these days, and there's a lot. I can't complain. Question is, Draculum, and by the way, also, not only that I can't complain, I see a lot of people buying plant-based products. I'm surprised by it. A lot of people do buy plant-based products here. Is it the same, Draculum, in France? Like, is it that in the supermarkets you have a lot? I think you have Carrefour, right, in France. Do you have a lot of options in there? Like, are they cheap? Are they expensive? How's that? How's the scene there? Pigeons amongst the cat. Are there pigeons there? France is terrible for restaurants, but fruit and veggies are just as cheap as everywhere else. Oh, that's cool. France is way behind Netherlands. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so too. Yeah. Well, when it comes to the food sector, because the energy sector, they're way ahead right there. Like with the nuclear power and stuff, they're pretty cool in that. Hey Chip, I'm currently making a presentation in school where it has to have something to do with exploitation, so I'm making my own 3-minute video on animals. Gumli, that is freaking amazing. Wow, that is really cool. Congrats, Gumli. That's really cool. Some do. There's options. Just few vegans. Okay, so there's not a lot of vegan options. Yes, Carrefour, not a lot of options. There is tofu. A lot of tofu. Yeah, I mean, I remember 5 years ago, Carrefour is also in Romania, and I remember 5 years ago when I went to Carrefour in Romania, there were a lot of options. And I remember when I went there, I think sometime this year I was in Romania also, there weren't that many options. I don't know what happened. I think they also kind of scaled down. Yeah.
For like the clothing, it's not that different because like I don't buy so much clothes and I also don't buy leather or whatever.
Nice.
So I think what would help me would be like easier options to not choose the non-vegan choice, because like for example at like the cafeteria in uni we don't have a vegan meal in France, but in Germany we have like 2 vegan meals, 1 vegetarian, 1 with meat. So for example,
by the way, this idea of vegan meals, you have to fight for them if you work in a college and you don't have vegan meals. Plant-based universities have fought here in the Netherlands. I know Christina van der Beek, she's been fighting to get the whole cafeteria plant-based, not just options. So you kind of gotta, like, if you want to ever do a form of activism and you're a student or something and you kind of want more options, that's a good thing to fight for. That's a good thing to look out for. Even in your local supermarkets, bring more options. That I don't know how you can go about doing that, but that could be interesting. For things like Beyond Burger, it's not common market. Okay. You can't find them everywhere? Oh, here you find them everywhere. Less recipes and more everyday life of a vegan trip to the supermarket. Yeah. Petition to hold off Jamie Logan goat video until 1520 because that's my next break and I want to watch it with everybody. Okay, we can do that. B12. We'll wait for you. It takes forever to watch a video anyway.
So it's kind of like the costs and also the what I have to do for it, like I don't
Convenience?
Yeah, I guess it's very much convenience, but I also like realize that I'm actually just argumenting so that I feel good. It's so much ignoring. Like,
wow. Now this girl is emotionally mature. Holy crap, that's amazing. I don't know if I think I've had maybe one guy behave the same where like, oh no, it wasn't that. Like he just took it back. But she even realized, she even caught herself saying that she's arguing, she's finding excuses. Interesting.
My own
Because
morality.
yeah, a lot of people look for like excuses,
Of course, yeah,
and
absolutely.
regarding cost, like the cheapest foods in the world are rice, beans,
Yeah, that's
lentils,
true. Yeah,
pasta,
yeah, absolutely.
potatoes,
Yeah.
and convenience. I mean, like it varies for where we are, how much like the
Yeah.
selection of plant-based meats, vegan cheeses, and
Right.
like these things.
Yeah.
But everyone who has access to a grocery store
That's
can be
Yeah.
vegan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like if I don't want to spend more money on, say, like a plant-based meat substitute, I can still make something with like rice and chickpeas or
yeah.
like.
The thing is also what I realized that like I would never eat meat and still drink milk, but then I realized like drinking the milk is maybe even worse than just eating the meat because we're just really like exploiting the cow as
Yeah,
long.
when do cows or
I wonder because like, wow, I'm surprised by how she reacts to it and how she knows it. I have to wonder, does everybody kind of have these realizations, but the dissonance is holding them back? Like, does everybody just kind of understand that, wait a minute, maybe this one is actually worse? But then because they're dissonant, they're, you know.
all mammals, when do mammals produce milk?
Yeah, it's
What has to happen for mammals to
Yeah.
produce milk?
to have a baby and then you take away the baby and then you just exploit them and then you kill them. So it's actually
Yeah.
not good at all. And
She knew.
So-
I think about that actually very often, like
Yeah?
because in France I bought cheese and yogurt, like not.
So you see, I like to believe that this person, that this woman is like this because she probably has seen some of the videos. She probably, yeah, or she spoke to an activist, Ben, exactly. Something happened that she knows what she's paying for. So you see, this is why activism is so important. I always constantly say, because it's not a one conversation type of situation. Pretty clearly, we're not going to get people there with one conversation. We need videos, we need exposure, and we need, you know, things like this. Conversations more. Yeah, also conversations, yeah.
Milk or any meat kind of thing, but those two things. And every time I eat it, yeah, I try not to think about it.
But wouldn't it be better to just like don't
Yeah.
don't do it at all,
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about this like
Absolutely.
guilt or this
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely, and actually, like the past week maybe, I kind of like thought about it more, and it was so interesting because I also thought about like why did I do it the last weeks? Maybe because I just wanted to eat cheese, I don't know. But like I realized I can eat hummus. Maybe there are not so many other like vegan alternatives, but I mean I can eat
It's like,
hummus and
you can make your own cheese with like
Yeah.
nuts in a blender and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's true.
and especially like in our age when
Yeah.
we have smartphones, we have
Absolutely.
ChatGPT. We can
Recipes,
yeah,
whatever.
like you
Yeah.
can always find or make like vegan versions
Yeah.
of whatever flavor you're used to.
And I also realized that as I am here, I don't talk that much with my friends about this subject because they're mostly all like eating meat. So I also realized that if I'm open to make it a bigger subject, I will be more cautious and I will be more conscious also about it. Like,
Maybe you see, this is very interesting. I like what she's saying. This is really helpful for everybody, for our mission. It's very helpful what she's saying, all of it. Because what I took it out to be is that she learned about it sometime, and then she just kept thinking every time she bought cheese, she thought about it more. And then she also thought about this idea that she can't speak with friends because her friends are not, like, they eat animal products, so they wouldn't understand. It's very interesting.
I will remind myself every day that I don't want to do it, and that's why I don't do it. But here, it's kind of like not here, but like in France,
Yeah.
it's kind of like in my daily life. It doesn't have such a big thing because I don't know, I don't have really people that I can talk to it about it,
Yeah.
which isn't an excuse, absolutely not. In general, I'm very capable, and I'm very also it's my own fault to do it. But I guess like this, I can actually trick my brain very easily into thinking, well, it's okay if I only do it
Yeah.
right now. But it's actually not okay because it would also not be okay if my mom would be exploited just now.
Right, or if someone forced you to be pregnant and
Yeah.
took your baby away and
Yeah.
Wow. I like her.
made you a
Exactly.
milk
Yeah.
machine and
Yeah.
then killed
Yeah.
you, right? So,
Absolutely. Yeah, that's very, very true.
Yeah.
It's so funny that we met here and we had this talk because, yeah.
You seem like a great person who
I think she seems like the type of person who actually does want to be vegan. Well, to some extent, right? She just feels like the type of person who's like just more focused on other aspects of her life. But when it comes to this one, she does want to be vegan. She's just surrounded by the people who just normalize not being vegan, and because she's not like in a sphere where you kind of understand what it is about, it just becomes normal to her. And it's like she said she was thinking about it, but she doesn't have anybody to talk to. So maybe that's an important factor to consider for ourselves, having other vegans to speak to.
Cares about animals, and you're not like bullshitting me with you're admitting that these are excuses, maybe it's not valid. So and you see the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
So that's really
That's
cool.
the thing. I'm very hypocrite, and I think humans are in general for a lot of things. For example, also me taking a flight to come here.
Yeah, well, but no one had to have their throat slit for that flight to happen.
Well, I mean, environmentally, it's
Yeah, but again, like, why does the environment matter?
because it's actually like I think we have to stop our talk soon.
Okay.
But I guess me, like being in general already living in a place that is very capable of the climate change, that has done a lot for the climate change to happen, that does not affect me directly, but like a lot of other people in other countries and other parts of the world. So me now taking plane, well, yeah, it's a whole different discussion. But
I would say what makes the environment matter is because it affects the sentient beings that live in the
everyone,
environment.
Yeah, well said. I haven't checked the chat in a while. Let's check the chat. The chat. I used to say the same thing as her about wanting to be vegan at some point in my life before I heard that vegan messaging when I was vegetarian. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And ABC, you said, after I heard the message, it became vegan pretty quickly. More vegans should be activists. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think she spoke to an activist before, yeah, or some activism on Instagram. Yeah. I'll tell you one lion I don't want to see, the exploited lion in the zoo. Yeah, that's a good one, James. Also in France, there is no Chip, no Joey, no Earthling Ed. There is no sound of silence. There is the sound of silence, I'm sorry. And the big channel is 300,000 views called Not Vegan. Oh, shit. So France is the place to be, huh? Activism is not the same. There is some direct action from some animal rights organization, but this is silence code here. You know what, Draculum? Thank you for telling me this. I'll take a train to Paris at some point and do activism. I'll come for a couple of days and do activism. I'm curious. So what you're saying is we need French vegan activists. Yeah, exactly. We need a lot of them. At least French people call pet animals pet de animal de compagnon, which is better than pets. Yeah, we call them house animals. It's house animals in Russia too. I don't think we call them house animals in Romania. I found it pretty isolating at the start. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like what she's saying is very interesting because maybe this is something, if you guys don't want to do street outreach, another way to do activism is to just make meetups, where you meet other vegans and where other maybe newly vegans can make some friends. You benefit from it, they benefit from it, and the community benefits from it, because I do truly believe that if more people would be vegan, even more people would be vegan. It's so insane that we just require more people to get it. It just is what it is. I feel like at the end of the day, most people, they kind of understand the situation. And I've spoken to enough people that most people understand. They just find it hard to change. But I think the change would be far easier if they would be surrounded by people who do it. At the school I go to, we got to vote for the food in the cafeteria and the vegan menu somehow won. Hell yeah, that's amazing. Same here, Draculum. In Spain, there's a lot of anti-bullfighting activism, but haven't seen any street outreach. Wow, Martin, that's insane.
Yeah.
So I don't care about climate change on a planet with no life, but I'll care here because here there are sentient beings, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And for example, animals not having any choice to like we're just doing things without, like, we can't ask them, we can't have their like they're okay. Yeah, you can destroy our environment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You said that you might be a bit lonely if you went vegan, that you don't have people to talk to about
Yeah.
this. Here is like a card with some resources. Here's just like if you want to check out what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But here's something called Challenge 22.
Uh-huh.
They put you in a Facebook group with people who are going to try to live vegan for 22 days because it takes
Nice.
21 days to make a new habit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they answer all questions you have. Like
Yeah.
there's certified nutritionists there if you have any questions.
My parents have a lot of
recipes.
questions always
Yeah.
about this topic.
So so you can, there's always like vegan
Yeah.
organizations everywhere, like in France or
Yeah.
in Germany and
Yeah,
wherever.
yeah.
So that would be a tip to
Yeah.
seek out these communities
Yeah.
and get
Yeah.
like a network of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I'm
you
so
should
sorry.
also watch.
Yeah, I'll take that. I have
Yeah.
already watched this documentation, but
Okay.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.
The circle of the life. I am carnivore. You know, I like to take the beef. Do you need one beef of the goat?
No,
No?
don't need anything from animals.
All is money for the.
Yeah, they do it because people pay them to do it.
I'm so happy to see so many activists doing this. I love it. Matthias. He did a great job. He did a great job. If you subscribe to him, if you're not subscribed to him, put it back again in the channel. He really did do a great job. Subbed. Nice. Yeah. He does a great job. Like, let's see, Jake. Have you been doing something, Mr. Jake? I mean, you've been doing a lot of live streams, haven't you? Have you been publishing any videos, Jake, recently? Nah, 4 months ago. Okay, let's see what else I have on my watch list. I have the Mr. Sohanovic on a thing. So let's watch Mr. Sohanovic. He did activism with me on, I think, last week, right, on Saturday or Friday. He's gonna do it again this week. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, my name is Sohan. It's very nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
We're here because you saw my sign that says that I'm doing a social experiment. And like I said, I'm looking for someone who has the following 3 qualities. Empathy, courage, and a willingness to change. Do you think you have those 3 qualities?
I hope so.
Yeah. So
Lots to
we'll start with reciting a quote. I'll tell you this quote. It's making a comparison of 2 things. And then we'll take a deep breath together because, as I said, it's kind of a heavy quote. After that, I'd like to hear how it makes you feel, and then we can sort of dive into this comparison that's being made.
Interesting way to start it. It's always interesting because you got to start it some way that it doesn't make them defensive, huh? And this is a different way to start it.
So the quote is this. In relation to animals, all people are Nazis. For the animals
Oh, this is a good start.
All people are not.
are Nazis. Like Nazi Germany?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So for the animals, it is an eternal Treblinka. So do you know what Treblinka is?
Treblinka.
It was one of the extermination camps, one of the concentration camps during World War II. Yeah. So what's being compared here, just to make sure that you understand? Yeah, you understand what the comparison is?
Yes, yes.
between-
I can understand that.
So it's basically between what happened to Jewish people, for example, during World War II, and
I'll be back doing outreach tomorrow. Hell yeah, Mr. Jake Lagatare. Jake does a great job doing outreach, everyone. He just takes people off the streets, he kicks them, and he's like, why aren't you vegan yet? Why aren't you vegan yet? And he does this in the US, so imagine that. Yeah, it's pretty good. So cool to have recently discovered Chip, remotivated me in regards to veganism. Hell yeah, Rickalicious. Happy to hear that. If you guys ever need help like doing outreach or suggestions or how I set up or anything, I can help you out. Okay, just contact me on Instagram or something. I don't know. I don't know if I put my email. I have to create an email so that I put it everywhere because I have a thing with my private email. In relation to animals, all people are Nazis. For the animals, it is an eternal Treblinka. Isaac Bashevis Singer. Jumped right into it. Yeah, it's such a good way, huh? A lot of people would get very triggered by that comparison, but it is fair and reasonable one. Yeah, let's see how it goes. I might try that. I like this. I like this.
what we do to animals, for example, when we use them for food. So will you take a deep breath with me before we start talking about this? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the first question is just how do you feel when you hear that?
It's a bit hard because I eat meat, but I can totally hear what you are saying, and
She's French, right? I'm not mistaken.
I think I try to not think too much of that because I would not eat anything anymore. But yeah, I can understand. What I do is that I not eat that much meat, but I try to buy only those that where it's written that animals lived outside and everything. But I can totally hear that they are killed by the end. So
Yeah. Yeah. So
and then,
just to you said that there is sort of a you can.
I guess a French accent. Oui, oui, c'est un French accent. Yes, she has that. They compare themselves to animals like lions, but can't take it when animals are compared to them. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Back in office, her arguments are so bad. Yeah. Thanks, Chip. I'll try sometime. Your idea of doing vegan meetups is great. I'm based in South Africa, so I'll try to learn from you. You don't have to do what I do. Like, I think by the way, there's the idea of people doing activism is growing, but people doing literal meetups and support for vegans is not growing as much. So that's why I like, by the way, if you're ever feeling lonely or stuff, the Discord, the soy feed that VPM created is a great place to come in and chill out from time to time with us. And if not, the English Hub also, where Veganism is Better, the channel. It's also a good place where they do some activism, but there's also a lot of vegans to chill out. So, if you're ever in need of more vegans, those are good places to be, Discord and Discord. I'm an inspiration. Thank you. I appreciate it. I feel awkward when people tell me that, so but thank you. Let's move on. Let's see this, Mr. Sohanovic.
The comparison, if you had to put a number to it between 1 and 10, like 10 saying like these two things are basically the same, 1 saying there's no similarity at all, 1 to 10, how good of a comparison do you think it is?
yeah, it's a bit hard question because as I contribute to that kind of thing because I eat meat, if I would like to say a large number, but
It's so interesting. So he asked a very good question. Between 1 and 10, how comparable are they? That's a very good point, right? Like, I think right now, he's just really trying to establish this comparison between the Holocaust and what we do to animals, which is a really good comparison to make. And then she didn't really vibe. Like, she said, yeah, I kind of get it, I guess. And then she started asking, well, how close are they together? Which is a very good thing to ask. But what was interesting to me was how she responded, wasn't it? Like how, well, let's hear her response again.
I think because I eat meat. It's a bit hard question because as I contribute to that kind of thing because I eat meat.
It's a hard question because I contribute to that thing because I eat meat. So maybe a good thing to do before asking this question is say, take yourself out of the equation. Imagine that the meat that you buy does not do anything to animals. It's just something created in the void or something. Like, I don't know. And then ask yourself the same question if they're the same. I'm really curious because I've heard this a lot in my activism also. Like, a lot of people, they just do this motivated reasoning where they want the conclusion to not be true and they just base themselves on that.
If I would like to say a large number, but as I contribute to it, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? She wants to say a large number, so she acknowledges that it is probably a large number, but because she contributes to it, it might not be.
Well, what would you say if you could set aside your own personal?
Yes, I would say
Sohan does it already.
maybe 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's not a large number, lady.
this was written because a lot of people don't know the origin of this quote. Have you heard it before? I'm assuming you haven't.
About
Have you heard this quote before?
No.
Yeah. So this was written by Isaac Bashevis Singer, and he was a Nobel Prize-winning author from Poland.
I won't remember his name. Like, if I have to do activism, I'll have to write it down. Also the quote, also his name.
And he was also a Holocaust survivor. So he actually fled from Nazi-occupied Poland to escape exactly this. So I think I like to share that context so people know where the quote comes from, because I think it holds a little bit more weight coming from someone who actually was a victim. So I'd like to sort of dive into this comparison a little bit more. And we can start by sort of thinking through the differences and similarities. So what are the main differences that come to mind if we start with those when you think of this?
Differences. Maybe, well, we are not sure about that, but I would say the I'm not sure of the English, but the thinking, the mind of animals is maybe not the same as humans. So for people, they knew what was going to happen. Kids knew that they were going to be separated with parents and everything, and they were very scared. And I'm not sure it's the same for animals. I guess they can. I know they can feel pain as human, but I'm not talking about pain. I'm talking about
Understanding.
Quote is a mouthful, maybe. As long as we kill animals, there will never be peace. Is only one step to the concentration camps of Hitler and Stalin. Interesting. It's the favorite quote of Alex Hershaft. Do you know who Alex Hershaft is? I don't know who that is. No. Hey, Marsha. Greetings from Amsterdam. Hello. I'm also in Amsterdam. One of the things I do notice is that people do try to separate themselves away from the victims. Yeah. He survived the Holocaust and then he worked in a slaughterhouse. It's an old animal rights activist. Whoa, interesting. Oh, how about doing outreach after serving a vegan meal? People become more open to the idea if they didn't recently eat meat. That's a very interesting thing. I actually did want to try this one. I wanted to try it somehow. I've been thinking about trying that. I gotta go, but can you put these small channels into suggest channels so that I get all of them on Soy Feed? Yeah, I will VPM. I will, if I don't forget.
Yes. So that's the difference, I think.
Yeah. Well, even if they couldn't, I'm sure there were some children, for example, who couldn't understand what was happening, right? And probably they were still very scared what was going on. But yeah, I think you're right. I think even more generally, you can just say that like humans and animals, right? The victims are just different. One is something that happened to humans, other thing is happening to non-human animals. Are there any other major differences that come to mind?
Well, the numbers of animals is huge compared to humans that were killed, I think.
Yeah. Do you know, so for the human case, over the course of 4 years, about 6 million Jewish people were killed. Do you know how many animals we kill, for example, in just 1 year? Can you guess?
I guess it's huge, but I'm not able.
Yeah, that's what she said. Sorry, inappropriate. Alex Hershev's daughter is a carnivore dieter now. That's so fucking upsetting. Oh, Jesus, really? If you're going to try to do activism with food, in some countries, if you cook food, you need safety permit. Else, if it's food like in a plastic, then it's okay. Okay, good to know. Yeah. Else food needs to be in a plastic package, yeah.
To tell the figure.
Yeah, so you said more than 6 million. If you just had to throw a number out there, what would you guess?
I guess so, because like in every country we eat meat. Different kind of meat, but so I guess it's huge. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit hard question.
So, I mean, if you had to guess, would it be like, do you think it's more or less than 100 million?
You said for 1 year? Or?
Yeah.
Well, for 1 year, it's very difficult. I don't know. Maybe more.
Yeah, it's more. It's actually a lot more. Oh, really? So just land animals is about 80 to 90 billion. And then if you include also sea animals like fish and such, then it's 1 to 3 trillion.
Wow.
So for context, the total number of humans who have ever lived in all of history, if you count up every single human ever, it's about 120 billion. So we kill that many animals, we kill that many land animals in about a year and a half, or that many animals total in like a few weeks, basically.
That's a good comparison, huh? That's how many animals have lived throughout human history. Alexandra's here. I saw Alexandra. I see Alexandra. I get excited. Where is Alexandra? I see Alexandra here. Well, first of all, hey Chip, greetings from Florida. Hey, balloon dinosaurs. Thanks very much for everything you do. Yeah. I mean, I don't do it for you, Balloon. I'm kidding. No, I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm doing it for them. We need people like you having the difficult conversations. Yeah. Well, I was also saying, Balloon, we also need people to make, meetups and create safe spaces for vegans. We also need that. Alex Hershaft also backpedaled with his Holocaust comparison because he doesn't want to hurt people's feelings. Ugh. Really? Disappointing. That's because if somebody gets food poisoning, then it won't be you who gets in trouble, but the company who made that food and packaged it in plastic. Well, I was thinking maybe like taking somebody to a restaurant or something. Another activist interviewed him for a YouTube video a year ago or so, and he said that you can't compare it. Oh, brother. Disappointing. Disappointing, Alexander, disappointing. Well, not you, this guy.
So
It's incredible.
yeah, I think it's much, much bigger than a lot of us realize. The last major difference that comes to mind, I think that's kind of obvious to people, is the purpose, right? And of course, one of them was
Yes.
motivated by wanting to exterminate
Yes,
them.
yes,
the other
yes.
one, we actually want to sort of keep it going.
I
because
should
it's some
tell
sort of
that.
benefit.
Yeah, that makes sense because I'm definitely. Sorry, I'm looking for the word in English, but against hurting animals just for fun, like corridas or everything. Because I come from France, in a city where there are still corrida, and so I am going on the manifestations. Not sure the words. Like people always, we should stop that.
Yeah, yeah.
So because it's just hurting for fun, so I'm definitely against that. But as if it's for to eat, it makes a difference for me. Maybe you should not, but it does. Yeah.
Do you think we can eat other things?
Yes, of course we
Yeah.
can. Some people do. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
That's right. But I'm just thinking that like 1,000 years ago, people used to eat meat.
Yeah.
It like has always been.
Yeah.
And so we continue. Maybe we should we should ask ourselves the right questions. But we just go on.
Yeah, I think you're right, and that's part of the reason that I have people think about this, right? Is because, like you said, it's something that we all are just born into, and if we don't pause to question these things that have been handed down to us, then things never will change.
Yes, because our parents gave us meat,
Yeah.
so we just went on.
Yeah, and not just our parents, right? The entire society
Yes,
around
yes.
us, right? So I think that we captured the difference as well. I think I also want to explore the similarities. I'll name some similarities, and you can tell me if either you disagree that they're similar or if you haven't heard about this. So the first one I'll say is, in both instances, individuals are treated like objects. In both instances, they are confined to a farm or camp. In both instances, they suffer on those farms or camps. In both instances, they are branded or mutilated on those farms or camps. In both instances, individuals are killed at the end of the process. And in both instances, individuals are killed in gas chambers.
And
in gas chambers.
Really? For
Yeah.
animals too?
Yeah, that's the one that always surprises people. I think a lot of people
I
don't
didn't know that.
Yeah, so pigs, almost all pigs are killed in gas chambers. It varies from country to country, but around 90% of pigs. And some chickens as well are killed in gas chambers. Yeah. So how do you feel after hearing that?
Bad?
Yeah.
Of course, bad. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes us asking questions, thinking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I think you've already demonstrated some empathy in the way that you talk about these animals and what they go through. You've heard where this quote comes from. You've heard some of the similarities and differences. In terms of courage, I wanted to ask if you would be willing to watch a very short video of what happens to these
If
animals.
it's animal suffering and everything, no, because every time I see that, I can't sleep on the night.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to watch the video, I guess. Check out Critique de Veganismus. He interviewed him a while ago. Good to know. It's always funny when people explain why you can't compare these two mass murderers. They always make comparisons to explain why you can't compare it. Yeah, they're always like that. You have a Discord link. Yeah, let me give you a Discord link to the soy feed. Let me put it right now. So if you guys need some form of people connection, touching of people's, but virtually. If I'm mentioning it in a weird way, I'm sorry. I sometimes enjoy letting myself be a little bit weird. So if you enjoy connecting with people online, this is SoyFeed. SoyFeed has a lot of cool people. Also a lot of dicks, like non-vegans, but also a lot of cool people. This guy reminds me of Debug Your Brain, Justin. That's a good point. He does have his style, huh? He's kind of speaks the same as him. And he has the same calmness to him. Yeah. That heart noise jump scared me. Fulik, were you almost asleep at work? A while ago, Earthling Ed did an interview where he played the devil's advocate and it worked really well. It was interesting to see people argue for empathy and then show the limitations to it. Yeah, I think I tried it at some point, but the minute you bring it to animals, it all goes to shit the same, to the farm animals.
Just no, thank you, but
No? Okay.
I can't.
Okay. So if you can't even watch it,
Yeah.
how do you continue to pay for it?
Yes, that's a good question. Yeah, because I would not do that for my cat or
Yeah.
the dogs I used to have. So
Yeah. So you have a cat, you said. What is your cat's name?
sushi.
Sushi. That's a good cat. And so can you tell me a little bit about Sushi? Like, what is Sushi like?
She's gray
Yeah.
and 2 years old.
Okay.
And my
So-
daughter loves her.
Yeah.
And me too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I have a friend who has a cat named Sushi and is also 2 years old.
I noticed as soon as we started talking about her, you sort of lit up. You immediately knew what she likes and dislikes. You know, I'm sure you could think of many stories to tell me about her, about
Oh, yes.
specific funny things she did,
Definitely.
things like that. Do you think there's any sort of difference between Sushi and a cow, a pig, or a chicken that justifies this difference in treatment?
No, just habits. Because we were born in a world where everybody told us that it was that way, and so we didn't took time to think about it.
Yeah.
It feels like an earthquake when the wind is blowing, right? Because the camera's kind of moving. That's kind of cool.
No, I don't think there are really differences.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that much cows and everything, but I guess they feel the same as
Yeah.
cats and dogs. And
Right. Yeah, they might have other differences, but in terms of something that
Yes.
justifies this,
Yes.
I don't think. I think you're right that I don't think there's any sort of major difference that makes it okay to do this to a cow, or a pig, or a chicken, or a fish.
no, they don't deserve much than more than cats, dogs, or humans.
Yeah. So what do you think it is that allows us to do this to them? Like in the way that we think, because you said there's no difference in them, so there must be a difference in the way that we see them, right?
I think it's just habits. I mean, we get used to things depending on how our parents. What's the word in English? Make them grow. Not sure of the word.
Raised us.
Yes, thank you. Raise us. So we think it's normal if our parents raised us that way, then we just do it and not thinking that much. For me, it's the only thing.
Yeah. So going back to this comparison that we were making earlier from this quote, we talked about it from the perspective of the victims, but I'm curious to hear also from the perspective of the perpetrators, the people actually doing it. You know, the Holocaust, for example, didn't happen just because of a few people who hated Jews and wanted to kill them, right? There was a bigger nation that allowed this to happen, right? So there were a few people maybe who had a lot of hatred for this group, but then there were a lot of people who voted them in, maybe liked other policies that they had, and maybe just accepted this and didn't fight back against this atrocity that was happening. How do you think those people viewed Jewish people, or how do you think they sort of justified what happened to them if they didn't hate them?
They just followed the group. I think some people told us it was normal that way, and so they didn't think about it and they followed, and that's not.
I think a lot of people also didn't know what was happening, right? As far as I remember, a lot of people weren't aware. They were aware of concentration camps or situations, kind of like how we know about what's happening in US now, but they didn't really know what was happening in there.
A good thing, but I think humans often are that way.
Yeah.
I don't know, because some influent people
Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way.
knew how to speak, how to talk to those people, to the group, and they managed to convince them.
Convince them that
That it's normal to do that to Jewish. Yeah.
because they saw them as being a different sort of category of people or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I think that it's what they did.
Yeah, I think the way that I describe that is that they viewed them, you know, going back to this idea of viewing individuals as objects. I think that's how they learned to view these people. And do you think there's something similar that happens then in the animal case as well, in the way that we
Yes.
view these
Yes.
animals?
Yes, because we would.
Ben says, I think it was a small minority, really not knowing. Most people chose to look away. Ah, okay. Okay. The last vegan Discord I was in rejected my vegan application and called me an animal abuser. Well, Kumli, I don't think that's going to happen there. So join. It's not a vegan Discord. It's a Discord for both vegans and non-vegans. So, you know.
Not do that to humans or even to pets.
Yeah,
So,
so like dogs or cats,
Yes.
you know?
So yes, it's the same process. I think.
Yeah. Okay, so to sort of summarize where we're at, because I know that you don't have a whole lot of time, we introduced this comparison between what happened to the Jewish people and what happens currently to animals. You sort of agreed that it was like a decent comparison, and you said that you would want to give it a high number, but you also feel conflicted about doing that because of your own participation in it. But you agree that these two events have a lot of similarities between them. We talked about the reasons that maybe people continue to participate. You told me at the beginning that you think you are also someone who has courage, empathy, and a willingness to change.
Maybe
So-
not. Maybe I realized maybe not enough.
Well, what do you think would be a meaningful response to this new way of thinking about this?
maybe
for you.
maybe take the time to think more about it and think if it's a good thing to do that and how
Yeah.
I could change. Maybe not stop definitely one day, but maybe less often, and maybe stop. And I'm sure my daughter will be okay to do that because she loves animals too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Does she know much about what happens to animals in order to eventually end up in her meals?
she knows, but I mean, like me,
Yeah.
she was born in the world where it's like normal to do that.
Yeah.
So it's admitted to do that. So she doesn't ask questions to herself. I mean, at school there is meat, at home, so
Yeah, yeah. So imagine that, because you talked about wanting to think more about this and maybe start to make some changes. Imagine that you could talk to one of these pigs. One of these pigs is about to be sent into a gas chamber, and imagine the pig could talk to you, and he asks, why are you doing this to me? What would you say to him?
Horrible. Oh my god. Oh, it's really hard. It's very, very hard. I would say sorry, maybe. That makes me.
That's a good one. What would you say to them? Huh? What would you say to them if you could? That's a really good way of. You gotta ask these questions. Especially since they already made a big connection, right? Like they've already connected. They've already been speaking for a while. Like it's been 17 minutes, and it's a really good question to ask a little bit later.
Oh, sorry. It's a bit hard.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think you're showing that you do have a lot of empathy for these animals, right? And I think that's beautiful.
Oh, she's starting to cry. That's
Sorry. Yeah, maybe I would say sorry, and I would try to find explanation, but I'm not sure I would find them. I mean,
Yeah. If you were in his position, is there any explanation that you think would comfort you?
not really.
Yeah.
Maybe just saying that it's not a purpose to hurt them, just to. The fault is to not ask good questions, but it's not just wanted to be. Don't find the word in English. To hurt, to be mad, or to be,
Yeah. You're not doing it because you hate them.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
it's not a good excuse, but
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least it's. Maybe I would tell him, her, and it.
You're not doing it to hate them because you hate them, but you're being ignorant towards them. That's just. I mean, it's not just as bad, but it's still bad.
But I would think about it. And
Yeah, yeah. Well, then I would just ask, thinking back also to the people who lived during the time of Nazi Germany, do we respect the people who thought about doing something but didn't actually change anything, or do we respect the people who actually made changes?
No, we respect people that did something to change.
Yeah.
Well, at least, of course, it's better to be a leader in changes. But
Yeah.
if we follow, it's good. And it's also good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to necessarily lead the fight as a whole, but the least you can do is think about your own choices, right? Whether you want to continue to actively participate in this, and you can think about the animals on the other side of those choices, because I think a lot of people don't necessarily think about that. Is that a change that you'd be willing to make?
I will definitely think about it because that made me think
Yeah, yeah.
and go ahead in reflection. Reflection. I can't find the word in
Yeah,
English,
yeah.
but mind.
I think there's a wall there, right? I don't think you can go any further with her. I think the wall is that, she doesn't want to do something. She just wants to think about it. It's kind of interesting. I kind of wonder why.
Sorry, I
No, that's okay.
don't know how to translate.
Yeah.
Marcos, member for 10 months, Marcos. That's amazing. Hello, Marcos. Vegan forever. World vegan friend. Hello, Marcos. Nice to see you here. B12 Baby is also here. B12 Baby, we're almost done with this one.
Yeah. It gave you a different perspective, or it made you think about something new?
Definitely.
Yeah. Great. So I'm glad that you're thinking in a new way. I think that's part of what we're looking for, right? I think you've shown empathy. I think you've shown courage in being willing to talk about this.
I don't know if I have enough courage because, but I will try to do something.
Yeah. Well, can you promise me that you'll make some kind of change, right? So I can give you a couple of options. I can also give you some resources to help you concretely. One thing I can give you is a vegan map of Amsterdam, of all vegan restaurants here in Amsterdam. Have you heard the term vegan before? I think vegetal in French. So a lot of people think of it as just being a diet, but really it's about the way that we see animals, right? The same way that you see sushi, the same way that you see other pet animals, it's just about extending that to all animals and just saying that these are not objects for us to use. They're individuals. They all want to live. They can all feel pain and suffer, and we don't need to consume them in order to be healthy, right? Both for food or for clothing, like leather, fur, wool, or silk, or for entertainment, like zoos, circuses, dogfighting, horse racing, all of these things, right? So we don't need to use animals anymore, and that's all being vegan means, is just recognizing that and then changing in alignment with that. Yeah.
When I see these videos, the more I see them, the more I realize just how our role there is just to guide people, right? But they gotta want to be guided, because otherwise it gets nowhere.
So the vegan map of Amsterdam has like all vegan restaurants. So one thing that you could do is promise me to check out those places. I can also point you to a challenge called Challenge 22. It's completely free. It's a 22-day challenge online. They send you recipes every single day, and they also give you access to a dietitian. So if you have any questions about nutrition, or if you have any questions about, if you're concerned about
because for example, I know that a lot of women, and also me, have lack of
iron.
Iron.
Yeah.
And so
and that happens in vegan and non-vegan women, right?
Yeah,
It's not like it's more.
and the doctor always tells me eat a lot of meat, and so it's good to find alternatives. Ways.
Yeah, you can also get iron from, for example, from lentils or from other vegetables that they do have iron, and it's a different form of iron than what you get in meat. And the kind that you get in meat is actually also associated with slightly increased risk of heart disease. So there are also like some trade-offs that happen there. But the reason I'm here is to explain to you sort of why to make this change, right? Because like, you got so emotional thinking about that pig, and I think that's beautiful, and I think that's something that more of us need to connect with. Because once you have that strong reason why, then you'll find solutions, right? Rather than looking for excuses or saying, oh, this is too hard. As long as you have the victim in your mind, then it becomes really easy.
Talked about it before.
Yeah.
But it was I think it's a powerful way to make changes.
Yeah, great. I'm really happy that you hear that, because I know that also this is a comparison that's controversial for a lot of people, right? Some people really don't like comparing human atrocities to what happens to animals. So I'm glad that you're open-minded about that. And like I said, I think it's really it's more powerful coming from someone who actually lived through it, right? It's not that I was making this comparison; it's someone else who saw that and was a victim of it actually wrote about this.
It makes even more sense.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so can you promise me that you'll commit to making one of these changes if I give you some resources and time?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great. Then we can wrap it up here. Let me turn off the camera.
Okay, so she accepted some resources. Let's see. Yeah, I must still eat meat 3 times a day because the literal Bible tells me it's my God-given right to. I personally like high levels of protein from natural sources like deer, elk, ducks, geese, etc. without the laundry list of ingredients that vegan protein has. Given it 30-40 years and these vegan meats will be linked to several forms of cancer, mark my words on that. Appalachian Chaplain. I'm not gonna go to the whole conversation. Shadow Knight, look at him. He's another person who we all know in channels, huh? The quote is absolutely ridiculous. It shows that people do not understand World War II or Nazis. Oh, I want to reply to this guy. I hope somebody did. Oh, shit. I'm sure you understand Nazis better than anyone. Boom! Ha! Mic drop, motherfucker. I feel good, everyone. Woo! Troll a troll. That's what they tell you. You want to feel good about yourself? Troll a troll. Okay, let's go for Jamie Logan. I don't have a lot of time left, and I want to see that goat stuff. Goat yoga. Got him. Yeah, Dandelion Gum knows it. Got him. Oh, Milgram experiment. I wrote it down, by the way. I'll read about it. Good to know about. Basically, most people would go to the point of shocking someone to death if authority figure told them to. I think I know about it. Jesus, that's insane. Burned? Yeah, love it. That's a good burn. I mean, he just put it on the table for us. What they don't tell you about goat yoga. Okay, let's go with this.
I just got back from goat yoga, and it is safe to say I am never going again.
Jamie Logan has, I think, in my opinion, probably the highest quality vegan videos amongst everyone. Like, the quality is just amazing. I saw Oliver. Ollie, you were here. Ollie, you do an amazing job. I'm not sure if you still work with Jamie, but
so it was my first time. I hung out with the goats, and I also interviewed the owner.
What do you think is the best way to kill them? I'd be happy to discuss it with you off camera, and I'm not trying to be weird. It's just like,
let me tell you what happened.
Like, this is just like a cool YouTube video, isn't it?
What the hell is up, you guys? I'm going to my first ever goat yoga class today.
Time to inspect Jamie's room. Okay. You know, Jamie's a little celebrity. We gotta inspect her room, right? We're
What
not
the hell?
Vegans. Okay. So Jamie likes to sleep in bed while she watches TV. Jamie. There is this yoga. I don't think this is her room. I think this is a yoga stuff thing.
What's up, you guys?
Yes.
I'm going to my first ever goat yoga class today.
I mean, it's a cool room. It's a cool
And I'm a
room.
little
It's like a very
nervous.
New Yorkish room. Oh, she also plays the keys. I like that. That's cool. This was a video I made actually. I scripted it, helped her film, and then edited. Oh, Ollie. Oh my God, dude, you're so talented. Oh, Ollie, you're a very talented person. Very talented person. I'm jelly over here. I'm jelly.
Seen lots of clips of goat yoga online and on the news, and I'm a big yogi. I'm actually a certified Jivamukti yoga teacher, and I'm just curious, like, how much of this is about
Are you guys into yoga? Can you drop a 1 if you're into yoga and a 2 if you're not into yoga? Because I'll tell you what, like, you want to see how mobile I am? You see? That's how mobile I am. I can't even touch my hands. Tell me if you're more mobile. So 1 is if you're into yoga, 2 is if you're not into yoga, 3 is we're just watching this because we love Jamie. So B12 Baby is into yoga. Mr. Manx is into yoga. Yeah, I see a correlation. Yeah. Bohidtoni is into yoga. Love it. Bohditoni. 2, sorry. Yeah. So I guess not a lot of people are into yoga. I guess. Yeah. I tried it too, but I'm very mobile. You are. That's cool. 4, in the same way that 3 would be open to veganism. Oh, Ammon Burt. So you're into yoga, you like Jamie, and you're open to veganism. That's pretty cool, Ammon. Ammon, give it a try. Give the 3-minute video a try. You might enjoy it. You're not gonna enjoy it, but you might, if you already know what you're paying for, then try challenge 22. It's a good one. Like the idea of yoga but don't practice. Same, Martin. I tried it. I went with my sister twice, and I sucked so much. I never felt so incompetent. I kind of liked it. That's not being mobile. It's just them big muscles. A lot of people think that, Gumli, but no, I've always been that way, even when I didn't have the big muscles. Already vegan, yo. Fuck yeah, I'm a bird. Fuck yeah. Sorry, then I misspoke. So what did you say then? In the same way that 3 would be open to veganism. Ah, you're open to yoga. Oh, that's a good one, Bert. That's a good one. I see what you mean. There are 9 forms of yoga. The movement is the lowest. Highest is inner. Well, I just want to move. I don't know how people just go there and sit on one thing, and I don't know. But, I like Jamie. I kind of like yoga also. I like being challenged, and yoga is a challenge, so why not?
yoga, how much of this is about goats. Let's go find out together.
Yeah, I like the exposed wall. I like the keys on here in the corner. I like it. It's a really nice room. I like it, Jamie. If you live there, cool room, Jamie. Cool, well done. Very New Yorkish. Very, very New Yorkish room.
So I finally get there. It's in the middle of nowhere. And I go up to this pen and there's all these cute little babies looking back at you. I mean, just like the sweetest little faces. It looks like they're naturally smiling. Hi. They're like little puppies. They are. And you
Oh, that's such a small... Look at this. What the hell is this? Like 1 by 1 meter. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Almost 16 goats, because there's also one over here. In this little pen. Like, look how small it is. What the fuck?
You want to love them. You want to pet them. You want to play with them. And then I start thinking...
Like, imagine being so tight with somebody else. Oh, God, that's horrible.
Where are these babies coming from? You know, where are their parents? Oh. There's all these yoga mats laid out and everyone's got to find a spot. And they kind of give a little introduction before they let the goats out.
A couple of things about the goats. So these are Nigerian dwarf goats. They're a smaller breed. The reason we chose this breed is because they have incredible milk, which means you get a really rich, creamy cheese. So the cheeses we...
Oh, God. Yeah, Alexandra, I remember you asked if she paid for it. I think she did, right? The question is how long they are being kept in there. That's true, Ben. Maybe it's just like a temporary stuff. But even as a temporary stuff, it feels kind of cruel to keep them there. Nigerian dwarf goats. Yeah. Also, this is such a lovely community. Nice to have trolls. And wow, these trolls can be something else. Nice not to have trolls. Oh, sorry. Wonder how many are shills for the meat industry. Rick, there are probably a lot of them. Yeah. I hate when people are like they are X-breed. Imagine if we talked about human children like that. Oh, Felix, holy crap. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that. Wow.
Here are absolutely beautiful.
And so I'm thinking, all right, they take the milk from the goats and maybe they turn it into cheese, and that could be how a farm like this makes money. But I can't help feel like she's just leaving out some of the details.
So I guess she didn't pay, if she's wondering if that's how they make money.
And then she starts telling us, basically warning us about what we're...
Wait a minute. I didn't know they have this.
Some of the details. And so I'm thinking, all right, they take the milk from the goats and maybe they turn it into cheese, and that could be how a farm like this makes money. But I can't help feel like she's just...
I really like the red on the bed, Jamie. Cool. I like that. I'm gonna get some red covers also. I really like red. I hate that the fucking Republicans took red for them. I'm sorry, everyone, if you're a Republican. I don't mean to. I don't have a problem. I just have a problem with your problem with human rights and shit. I don't have a problem with fiscally conservative stuff. Yeah, but I hate that red now is kind of associated with them because I really like red.
Leaving out some of the details.
Yeah, so I didn't know. Where do you think you can get this footage? Because I didn't know that the goats are also put
But
in
I
this
can't help feel like she's just...
into that
then she
circle that cows are put. I didn't know that.
starts telling us, basically warning us about what we're about to get into.
Wave your hand and say, too much goat! We'll remove the goat from you. We can put the milk bandits in jail if you need to, so just let us know.
This just tells me, all of this video, this goat yoga thing just tells me how much people enjoy having animals around them. It's so insane. We love animals, but what we do to them is just beyond. We tried to make this video a bit more geared towards non-vegans. Yeah, I figured, Ollie. It's pretty good. So I didn't want to get into the dark stuff too deep too early in the video, by the way. That's pretty cool. That's well done, Ollie. Well done. Really well made, by the way. So everybody, if you're wondering who made this video, Ollie apparently did, and he's amazing. He does a great job. If you're not subscribed to Ollie, I don't know what you're doing. He just, like, if he made this video, you can imagine he makes amazing videos.
She said they're gonna be pooping.
The goats are going to poop during class.
Yeah, but the poop of the goat is like like small things, right? It's not that bad.
It's gonna happen. They're also going to tinkle during class.
They're gonna be trying to eat your hair.
They're gonna try to eat your hair.
And I am just thinking, what have I gotten myself into? This doesn't seem at all relaxing. And like, is this yoga?
And a big beautiful breath out.
So first we start with a little bit of breath work, and then they release the goats. And my first
Release the goats. Sorry, I had to do it.
impression was they are just so cute. And for a moment, I mean, it's...
Ollie's amazing. That's so cool you're here. Interview with Ollie. Yeah, that would be cool, Ollie. If you're ever open, Ollie, we could do an interview. That'd be cool.
really nice to have these little creatures up close with you, and you get...
Oh, look how cute they are. Oh, they're so cute. I don't know what sounds I'm making, but they're just so cute. Look at them.
to pet them, and we're also disconnected from animals in my life. I never really get to spend time with them because I live in New York City. So to share a moment with them was really nice. But it didn't last very long. Because before you know it, they're picking the goats up, putting them on people's backs or fronts, and I'm looking around and these goats are falling off of people. Some of them clearly did not want to be held, and so I just felt really...
Oh, so they're forced there, okay.
It was very much this experience of, we're gonna make the goats do what we want them to do. Like, the goats are not free, you know? We're gonna make sure that the goats climb on everyone so that everyone has the experience of having a baby goat on their back. And as we're wrapping up, I'm thinking to myself, I gotta get the bus home, gonna
Ollie, Jesus Christ, the blurring, amazing. I mean,
continue.
this whole scene of Jamie just moving through it and you blur everybody else in such a great way. I can't even imagine how difficult this is to make. I'm sorry, I'm just like I'm becoming like a fanboy. I'm fanboying right now. I do a little bit of editing and I'm like, this is really, really difficult to make. Goat poop, kind of like Baba T-balls, yeah. These babies should have been with their moms, yeah. The fuck is that? Yeah. So everybody, I know it's hard to see them because we know the history behind it. But when we see the animals, let's think good thoughts, okay, for ourselves. It's a good video. Let's just, we already know what's going on. Let's just appreciate them for who they are and not, we already know their situation, which is fucked up.
With my everyday life, and I think for a lot of people this is just something fun to do on the weekend. But I couldn't help think, what happens to the baby goats, you know? What do they do? There's gonna be more classes, and they don't stay babies forever. So I couldn't just leave. Like, I had to do some investigating. Hell, I needed some answers. So the owner actually agreed to sit down and talk with me. I'm gonna stand here, actually, I don't know. And I'm keeping her identity a secret and respecting her privacy because at the end of the day, this video, it's not about her. I just wanted to do some investigating about goat yoga in general.
We have Nigerian dwarf goats, and we make cheese. We try to grow all of our own food. We're trying to be regenerative, so carbon negative.
Oh, I could hit her right now. Oh, regenerative. Fuck you. I hate when it's a triggering word. That's regenerative bullshit crap. Oh, we're just gonna be exploiting sentient beings because it regenerates the land. Why do we care about the land? Because it affects the sentient beings. So we exploit sentient beings in order to make it better for sentient beings. Gotcha. Sorry, everyone. I get really, when I hear regenerative, I just get upset.
Not just sustainable. And we do goat yoga as a farm income, and we also do goat tours so people can see the farm and meet the creatures and all that stuff. And that's all what they call ag tourism. It's a really great income for the farm.
So I get the impression that she really cares about the environment and she's trying to be sustainable, which is great. But first, I just wanted to try to understand, is this really yoga or is this just hanging out with goats?
It's a delivery method of joy. We do a little yoga, but it literally just facilitates people getting to spend time with baby goats, which everybody loves.
So it's not really yoga, which is a shame because in my experience, my God, I've learned so much from yoga, from just quieting my mind, becoming more present. And so I doubt that any of these people here are going to.
I mean, Jamie's like a model for yoga. Like these images are amazing.
To get those benefits.
Can I do that? Let's see. Before we go, I need to try that. I need to try that. Is this what it was? Am I doing it? No. I'm almost doing it. I'm almost doing it. You see, yoga.
So tell me how the babies.
People were having a good time, right? Because again, when people are surrounded by animals, they like the silliness. They enjoy animals. But then it's this fucking industries. It's these fucking people like this woman who that's what they do. They profit from the people's enjoyment and from the animals' exploitation.
Get here and how the milking process works.
Well, the babies get here. We have a rent-a-boy in the fall. So this year we had Sir Galahad, and he came and stayed for about 6 weeks. And then we watch them to see when they get together, and then we write it all down. So 145 days later, we have the babies. And then the babies grow for 8 weeks, and then we start weaning them, and then we can start milking and making cheese.
They have.
God, the milking of animals has always been so gross. I've always been grossed out by it. Dude, stop touching that's not something you should touch. I've always been grossed out by it. Always. It's just, she's going to have PTSD when seeing Reagan in a video game. It's like Reagan. It's speciesism, plain and simple. It is. Do you think that cat cafes are vegan? Oh, they're probably not also. It's kind of the same thing. It's ridiculous. They have puppy yoga too, and it's hard work for the puppies. There are multiple classes a day. Oh. Joey Carbstrong recent expose had to be re-released with a lot of blocked out. Yeah. But interesting, it almost felt worse when I couldn't see it. More horrific. I know. That's why I like the images more than I like the videos. But maybe some even blocked images would work even better, huh? That's true. Leave it to the imagination. No, Chip, don't harm yourself trying crazy things. It wasn't that crazy. So gross, yeah. Social desirability bias. People want to act like they care as opposed to actually caring. Regenerative agriculture or the latest buzzword. Yeah. Regen means regenerate. Oh, regen, not Reagan. Sorry, because in Dutch, regen means rain. Okay, regen. Regenerate, rage. No, I'm okay. I hate regenerate though. Regenerate agriculture. We're gonna be doing regenerate agriculture, okay? Sure, we're gonna be exploiting and slaughtering animals. Oh. I think this is how the right-wing people feel when they hear woke stuff. Because regenerative is woke. It's literally the woke stuff of the right-wing people, or I don't know if it's political, of the people who want to use animal agriculture, of the farmers. It's the nonsense stuff, right? Because FYI, I don't think woke is nonsense, or not that what they say is. But this shit, regenerative, is nonsense.
Rent a boy? It sounds like she's talking about renting a car. They start weaning them off at around 8 weeks old, and notice how she said we start weaning them. Like, why do you need to wean them off of their mother's milk? Surely that happens naturally?
How long do the moms produce milk for?
They produce milk as long as we want them to, kind of.
All right, and there it is again. Did you guys catch that? She's like, as long as we want them to. Because we want to make cheese. I then wanted to know more about what happens to them after the goat yoga season comes to an end.
We keep some of the girls so that they can grow up to be dairy goats.
Ali, if you're still here, I gotta ask you, because I'm gonna watch it to the end, but I'm wondering, was Jamie, did she eventually drop the bomb on this woman? Because I'm curious. Like, okay, don't mention it yet. Maybe it's in the video, so I don't want to spoil her. But I'm really curious because, like, I would have a hard time holding myself. Like, why are we questioning if this slavery is exploitation? Why we're questioning if this slavery and exploitation is okay? It's not. We're not questioning it. I think the video is made for non-vegans, and the purpose is to kind of bring them into this whole idea. Hey, Michael. Hey, thank you. Yeah, it's masturbatory. Yeah, are animals objects? No, they're not. Rent a boy. Yeah. The reality, goats almost never reach old age unless they're at a sanctuary.
And the boys we sell as pets, and they're highly desirable. We keep some of the girls so that they can grow up to be dairy goats, and the boys we sell as pets, and they're highly desirable because, as you can see, they're very, very, very sweet. So we had 16 babies this year.
Who the fuck are you, lady, to take away the males and the women's from them? Who the fuck are you to just break apart a family and say, well, I'm going to be selling them because I make money. I'm going to impregnate them. I don't even know which one is worse. Do the male have it better or do the women have it better? I don't even know in this situation. Lady.
And we'll probably keep 2 and find homes for the rest of them. But people really want them. These are really good quality dairy goats. So they make really, really excellent milk. So they have value and people really want them.
Oh, these are really good goats. They have value because they make good milk. Otherwise, they wouldn't have value, of course.
Talking about these baby goats, these sentient beings, like they're nothing more than a fashion item, like a bag or a watch, saying things like, they're really desirable. You might be thinking I'm reading too much into this, but...
You're not.
Remember, who are these mother goats producing the milk for?
So what is a homestead? And for people that don't know what...
Oh, she's a homesteader. Another buzzword that I get annoyed now. Oh, rage. Sorry.
that is, what that means. Can you explain that?
You try to source as much of your own food as possible from your own site. We work with other farms to source our meat. So like I'll help in the fall other farms process their meat, which is a nice way of saying butcher. But then, you know, I come home with chicken and turkey and all that kind of stuff. So
goat?
No, we don't eat goat.
This is where I wanted to start asking her some more difficult questions. You know, she's clearly not vegan or vegetarian, so why not eat goat?
No, we...
Oh, okay, okay. I like it. Jamie's getting into it. I like it, Jamie. Yeah.
I mean, that. I know, exactly. I mean, keeping the boys and processing them in the fall would be very logical, but I mean, I get way too close to them. Like, I love these guys. I'm not, you know, it's very different than a chicken that you don't know.
Huh, yeah.
And this is a very common way of thinking. Like, I've met a lot of people who say they eat animals that they don't know, but would never eat an animal that they do know. So what does that mean? Does the animal suddenly magically have value the moment that you meet them and get to know them?
Like a friend of mine who raised pigs, he said the mistake he made is he named them all one year. And so then, like, you know, to like process Sweetie was like really awful, so he knew just not to name them anymore. But we don't do any of that on this property. So nobody gets eaten on this property.
And so you'll know
Nobody gets eaten on this property. They buy others from different properties. I'm sorry. We're nice people, okay? Hi, welcome to our farm. We're nice people. We don't really kill anybody on this farm. We pay others to kill on different farms and then we bring their corpse here. We're good people, motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. The cognitive dissonance is pissing me off. How is it made for anyone but animal exploiters to frame it as though it could be okay? Come on, Vegan Anthem, let's give them a chance. Come on. And Jamie's doing a great job, I think. Facts, human oppressor. Yeah. Good quality goats. Right, Alexander? That's insane. Let's go. Yeah. Logical. Logical. Yeah. Facepalm. It's putting into question human slavery and exploitation. That's the whole thing. You gotta reach the people who are, you know, who they don't know, who don't know what happens, who don't see an issue with it.
this, that she said that no one gets eaten on this property. So I can't help but wonder, I mean, do any of the goats that they sell get eaten somewhere else? Maybe not the ones from this farm, but people do eat goats. So that might be something that you're supporting unknowingly when you go to Goat Yoga. She seems to care a lot about these goats on her farm, so I remember thinking, why not turn
Well done with a little bit of the insertions of what happens to them and the music. Well done.
it into a goat sanctuary? I've been to goat sanctuaries and it's amazing. The animals get to just live out their lives. They rescue goats that are in need of homes, and it's really nice just to be able to care for them, spend time with them.
The quotes. I had a goat when I was young. I remember when I was really, really young. There was a goat that I really liked who broke their leg, and my grandparents took them in the house and I just got attached to them. But it was Romania. It wasn't like now. I guess now they would kind of listen to the child, but as I was a child, they were like children or very much objectified when I grew up, and they were seen as, what do you know, you're a child. So I do remember that the goat disappeared after a couple of days, and then we never saw them again. And I do remember, if do I remember correctly, that they did make goats too at some point? I think they did. Yeah, and I remember not wanting to eat it, something like that. Vaguely, very vaguely. I was very young, but I don't know, maybe like 6 years old or something like that. Just fucked up. Just fucked up. Fucked up how I treat animals.
And ultimately, if you really wanted to practice yoga, you could do that. You just don't have to pick up the goats and like put them on people's backs. And so I asked her what she thought about that concept.
This sounds great. Seems really lovely. I don't actually know of any, but I'm sure that's amazing.
So why not do that? Well, she told me why.
But you know, we are a dairy farm primarily. So I mean, that's what we're doing. So we're not raising these goats to exploit them and do yoga with them. I mean, we're raising goats because we're trying to source our own food. And some
because you're trying to exploit them. What the fuck?
That if you eat dairy is dairy.
So the main driver is that they want cheese. And speaking of cheese, I thought this was crazy. They named the goats after cheeses.
Okay.
Oh God, that's disgusting.
Colby, mozzarella, halloumi, buffalo, cheddar. Yeah.
Oh, that's beyond disgusting. God damn it, that's the most disgusting thing to do, to name them after the products you exploit them for.
Munster, Humboldt, truffle, Jarlsberg, paneer, Stilton, Munster, Fontina. I love Fontina.
It would be cute if you didn't do this to them, but because you do this to them, it's like it's objectification. It was already objectification. It's just like it's becoming clearer and clearer every second.
Mozzarella
like
again, I think. Chef and Sir Winsleydale.
And it feels like they are keeping
Imagine
them in
being
there.
named after a product that's made out of your mother's breast milk, which at some point humans say, you can't have any more of that because we're gonna take this milk and turn it into cheese, we're gonna eat it, we're gonna enjoy it, and then we're gonna name you after it and have a little giggle at your funny name.
I mean,
Yeah, that's very fucked up.
you know, processing in the fall, I'm not a vegan, I'm not a vegetarian, I used to be.
Fuck you, lady. You were never vegan. Fuck. Another person I used to be. Oh. Oh, rage. Kill her. Sorry, don't kill her. No. Just what the fuck? Sorry. I can't with this lady. I just don't like her. Hope Jamie didn't pay them money just to realize animals may not be objects. I don't know. I hope so too. Yeah. So they're not selling enough goat cheese. They might be doing the yoga for free so that you can then buy the cheese. That's what I suspect. We're a dairy farm and we don't exploit animals. Right? The ridiculousness of it. We don't want exploiting them while we exploit them. We want to exploit them while we exploit them, yeah. The disconnect is incomprehensible, yeah. We had goats who disappeared. I was heartbroken. I was 4 years old, and then I made a connection between the animals we had and the meat on my plate. Marsha, that's so sad. 4 years old, yeah. That's the thing. People don't give kids the credit that how many connections they make. Good. You saw this video yesterday. Good for Jamie. Nice, yeah. We really should try to emancipate from that get a job thing. As long as to do bad things to get money is seen as something good, we have an issue. That's also a very good point, Dracula. Yeah. And they think it's funny, yeah. Or it has the effect to say animals are objects. I don't know if this video has this. I think this video does the opposite. It's kind of fighting against it. Take her away, officer. Yeah. Used to be. Nope. Nope. I bet you this woman was never vegan. Oh, but I wasn't getting all my nutrients.
It's a very different relationship with meat, and I think it's really powerful to, if you're going to eat it, to be a part of the life cycle of that creature. Do you know what I mean?
And so now,
oh, if you're gonna eat it, you have to be part of that life cycle of that creature. The fact that you called them an it means nothing. But as long as you're part of their life, you know, killing them makes sense. So when a serial killer follows their victim for a while, when they follow them for, you know, not just a day or two, but a month or two, maybe hell, 5-6 months, from the moment they're born. If you follow somebody from the moment that they're born, when you kill them, it's okay.
getting into the really hard-hitting stuff. Do you notice how people like her like to say processing instead of slaughtering, killing, or murdering? Why is that? And she said she used to be vegan. When she said this, I was just like screaming.
Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, that's what we want. Scream.
On the inside. You know, people like to talk about this relationship with meat and how if you're going to eat these products, you should at least be part of the life cycle. Now, it took me a second to realize this, but let me show you again what she just said.
If you're going to eat it, to be a part of the life cycle of that creature.
But just a few moments ago, I asked her why she doesn't eat her goats. And she said because she's a part of their life cycle and that she gets too close to them.
I mean, I get way too close to them. Like, I love these guys. I'm not, you know, it's very different than a chicken that you don't know.
So that's all very confusing. So my take is that we are kind of hearing this internal conflict. Most of us are animal lovers, and why wouldn't we be? I mean, animals are amazing. And that when we spend time with them, we become attached to them, we don't want to hurt them, and certainly not want to eat them. I truly believe that that's our hearts speaking to us. But at the same time, we eat other animals, which makes us uncomfortable, so we come up with all these stories to try and make ourselves feel better.
I know that anything I consume, I know for a fact that it had a...
I like what Jamie's doing. I like this video. She's actually, she's very explanatory, and I think for somebody who's not vegan and getting to see this, and will get them to understand a little bit more about the perspective.
Good life. I know the farmers, I know the farms, and I even know that it was processed humanely, like, because I'm there.
So we got that code word processed again, but we know what that really means. And then we got a new buzzword, humane. So I asked her, how are these animals processed? And this is where it gets a little awkward.
How is it processed?
I want to be very careful because I don't know. I really don't know. Each animal
So she doesn't know. I thought she knew. And she calls it humane.
is very different, and I probably shouldn't get into that, but it's at least every farm that I know, they make sure that the animal is not suffering. That's the most important thing.
So
Oh, it's the most important thing that they don't suffer.
I'm just thinking to myself, why doesn't she want to tell me? Like, why is she suddenly getting all cautious and weird about what she's saying?
I hear the term like humane, it's thrown around a lot. And I'm always curious, like, what do you think is the best way to kill them?
Every creature is different, and I would not want to be recorded saying anything specific. I just want to be really, really careful because things can get very interesting for farmers if something's misconstrued and then suddenly goes out there and then like that kind of stuff. I'd be happy to discuss it with you off camera. And I'm not trying to be weird. It's just like, I was a vegan, I was a member of PETA forever. Like, I know, yeah.
I was a vegan. I was a member of PETA. Lady, clearly you are not vegan. I mean, honestly, like she can't have been vegan. Even me as a vegan now, let's imagine that hypothetically something happens, whatever the fuck happens, and I start consuming animal products, whatever. I wouldn't be this brainwashed as this lady as to call it processing and bullshit. So she was never actually vegan. She was just a nonsense bullshit person. Let me look through the comments before I get angry again. This woman angers me. How is it good for them? It says animals are objects. That is horrible for animals. It doesn't say animals are objects. It literally tackles the idea that animals are objects, but in a really good way, in a soft way, in a way that most people wouldn't become defensive from the beginning. I think it's really well done. And the more you speak to people, the more you realize that that's what a lot of people do need, this soft approach. She's weird, yeah. Good for the audience ego, so they actually listen to the message. Exactly. We don't want them to get pissy. Let's watch it to the end. I like the video. I like Jamie. She always makes good videos. You are not streaming anything. Ah, shit. Sorry, everyone. I was not streaming everything. Let me come back to it. I'll go back to this. Bro is so zoned out. I was focused on this, Felek. Dick. I'll go back to the video. Wait, Axel said something. Chip, I'm so stupid sometimes. I was freaking out having enough battery life to keep my phone charged during my 30-mile walk, and then I realized I have a laptop to keep it charged. Happened to me also, Axel. You know, because framing it as potentially exploiting humanely says it could be humane when it cannot be. It cannot be, Vegan Anthem, that's true. It's just that the thing about it is that most people don't really understand that. And most people don't understand the situation, what we're trying to present. And while that is obviously the truth, we all know it and we all agree to it, what we're seeing is that we need more and more people to kind of get into it gradually, right? Not into veganism, but into the idea gradually. Maybe some people will watch this and they'll already go vegan, but let's watch it to the end, okay? Let's give it the benefit of a doubt, and then we can criticize what is missing, what isn't missing, okay? I think we were somewhere here. Let's see.
Well, thank you for doing this interview.
You're welcome.
I'll unmic you.
Sure.
So, as I was saying goodbye to her and reflecting on the whole experience, I was trying to answer this core question: is goat yoga animal exploitation? Some of the takeaways from this experience were that they encourage the goats to breed, they wean the babies off their mother's milk so that they can use the milk for themselves, they make them do what they want them to do during these classes, and when they're no longer small and cute, they sell them like a commodity. And people might be thinking, well, they seem quite happy. And that's exactly what she said.
They're so happy. I don't see them as being exploited at all. I see them as having a really, really joyful home where they are beloved, where they're cared for, where they're cuddled. We're all quite happy here, so I just don't see it that way. So they're just, I mean, you know, this is a happy little creature.
But we've got
Yeah, and you're a dumb little creature.
to look deeper than that. Yeah,
Well, big compared to them.
being there on the surface level, the goats look happy. But there's a lot more going on, and it's actually pretty representative of how we exploit animals in society all of the time. In the dairy industry, we decide when the cows and the goats get pregnant, and so we forcefully impregnate them. And that happens on most farms. Why do we do that? Because we want their milk. And in order for them to produce milk, they have to have had a baby. So because the baby will drink that milk, we have to separate them. And we want that milk to sell and make it into cheese and ice cream and yogurt. There's probably a few days in an animal's life where they aren't completely miserable. And maybe they're even happy, but we've got to look deeper than that. Because what happens when their milk production slows down? Well, first we impregnate them again and again. Why? Because we want more milk. And what happens when they're not producing enough milk for us? They end up at the slaughterhouse. And how does this kind of thing even happen? Like, how does it all start? Well, the first animal that we actually farmed and exploited was the goat. And it was probably a small, local family farm where someone thought, how can we use this animal? What can we take from them? And what can we make them do? I love yoga, and you know what I realized when I was lying in bed after this whole experience? It's also an exploitation of yoga. I mean, yoga is about being present, living in the moment, and goat yoga exploits that idea because you have to be present in the moment so you don't think about the bigger picture. Yoga is about connecting, and goat yoga is about disconnecting. So I was trying to figure out a way to end this video, and I came across this clip of her talking about climate change. And what she says kind of fits exactly how I feel about animal rights.
Like, we're kind of in the front of a roller coaster of climate change. It's undeniable, and you know, I want to do as much about that as possible as a human being. It's kind of all I think about. I'm amazed that other people aren't as obsessed with it as I am. I mean, it's like it's.
Yeah. It was difficult to see the part at the end. It's difficult. It's very difficult to watch it. Yeah. Let's watch some of the comments before we go on. That happy little creature looked like they're trying to suckle off her hand, probably missing their mama. Probably, yeah. Hey Jamie, another thing that didn't get mentioned is that they burn the baby goat's horn buds off with a hot iron when they're only a few days old. It's called disbudding, and a farm worker told me that it hurts like a motherfucker. Ugh. They named them after cheese because they see them as food. She can't be delusional. All she wants, they are a business. Even before I went vegan, the whole goat yoga thing made me feel uncomfortable. That's cool. I hate seeing animals being forced to do things for human amusement. Yeah. She said she's not raising them to exploit them, but then she proceeds to talk about how she raises them for dairy. Like, duh, that's called exploitation. Yeah. I like your comments, TCSDIXX72. David. That footage from Goats of Anarchy, happy tears. We've got a goat sanctuary not too far from us. Anarchy is the perfect description. Yeah. Curious if there's any non-vegans here. I don't see a lot of... Linda, you watched it already. We caught you, Linda, 22 hours ago. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like there's not a lot of non-vegans watching it. I don't know. Or maybe they are. Maybe I don't see them. You know, maybe it is just sorted by the top. But I did see a comment from Ali that I really wanted to put it here. I felt like the vegan message was soft in this one, definitely tailored for non-vegans. Yeah, it was pretty clearly tailored to non-vegans. It's hard, you know. I feel like when you're an animal rights activist, it's hard to know where to start, where to go, because the reality is that it's all like we want people to get here where they see animals as not being objects, but it's very difficult to pick how far you go, because at some point, if they just put up a wall, that's it, you're done. And that whole work that you do means nothing anymore. Or at least it means nothing, right? Because at the end of the day, I really like this idea that we call ourselves lawyer for the animals. We're lawyers for the animals. And as lawyers, we got to make sure that our client is well represented and that we speak up for them. Sometimes I can't help but be a dick to people. Sometimes I can't help but be genuinely, what the fuck are you saying? I sort of wish Jamie filmed a conversation in secret with them, with her afterwards, where she kind of explains what it is and kind of like just goes a little bit more into detail. I sort of, and then just put that in. I know that might get Jamie a little bit in trouble, but fuck it. But I say that now, you know, being on the side, and I know how much work is being put into these videos. So yeah, I was very happy to see the little goats. I was very upset with this bastard woman. And Jamie's always doing a great job. I know we always want Jamie to be a bit more hardcore, but I think she's very hardcore in her own. I just think she does have a very strategic way of approaching these videos. Hello, Jackie Boyle, Axel. But I still can't find Ali's comment. Let me see if I find it. I was looking, but a lot of people commented. Yeah, like we all kind of wanted her to be sorry about this video, right? We all kind of wanted this woman to be like, you're a hypocrite. Here it is. We especially thought that since goat yoga is less obvious exploitation, we wanted to tackle it even more carefully. Yeah, exactly, Ali. I get what you mean. I get it. I get the strategy behind it. It's important that we do it this way. Someone just told me, buy a tent, some seeds, and find a place you can camp out next to a water source. Live off of your own plants, fruits, and vegetables to avoid paying taxes. Yeah, that's how it is, huh? One of those things. Jamie's diplomatic. I think she knows what she's doing. I think it's a strategic thing, and I think that's good, you know? The thing about it is a lot of people, like, I don't know if you know, like, there's a lot of people who think I'm too drastic or too much of a dick, or I yell too much at people, or I'm too upset, when I'm actually pretty chill. If you ask me, I see myself as a chill person. Of course I get angry with some people. Some people deserve me to be angry with them. What the fuck? People being how they are. Yeah, that sounds perfect to me. To each their own, I guess. Also notice homesteaders who make these videos are women exploiters. Nah, I wouldn't go so far as gendering it. All the pushback is from animal being thought of as things. Yeah, just tell them they are not objects. I like that vegan anthem. That's what we want. But we want people to get it that they're not objects. I don't know if you've noticed vegan anthem, but I constantly start my conversations with, do you think animals are objects? And they say no. And the minute we bring them to the food, they instantly just forget about that whole thing. They instantly, even if they recognize that they're objectified, they don't want to go any further. They instantly start justifying it. So it's not as easy as just saying that they're objects. It has to be, there has to be a little bit more there. And at the end of the day, when you're having a conversation with somebody, depends on what your strategy is, right? Is it to get them to go further, or is it to get the viewers to go further? Because if it's to get them to go further, then you have to be nice. If it's the viewers to go further, well, depends on if you're doing it live or not, right? I don't know. I'm sure there was a strategy behind this video, and I appreciated the video either way. So I can't be the one commenting too much. Veganism, the principle that other persons deserve the moral right to not be thought as things and the legal right to not be treated as property. Yeah, the animal persons, yeah. That's a nice way to put it. Sure. Yeah, you know, I like to think all activism is good activism. I really do like to believe that, unless you're saying that B12 is a hoax. Before I go, everyone, because I'm gonna go, I gotta go get to work. You know, you wanna see something you should do. You see, the 40-year-old vegan
that
is
people
live.
execute because people want to thank their baby.
Let me put it to the regular speed because I see if it's
To fall off. The smell is rancid.
So maybe get in here. Get in there, everyone. Get in there. Let's have some conversations with people before we leave. When we leave. Thanks for watching it. Ali, you really do a great job on the editing. It's the thing about it is it's never easy, right? That this is a position where it's never easy to how to communicate a message. I get it. We gotta be strategic. That I wholeheartedly believe that. I think it's possible to host a yoga class with animals without exploitation. I agree. Think of the example I gave of a local shelter that does these things with rabbits as adoption events. The rabbits are rescued. That's cool. Oh my God, Jackie Boyle, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now that we're leaving, Jackie, thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Eat B12, not selves. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We watched a couple of videos. It won't be a long one. Let's go to David's stream. There will be a lot of vegan trolls in the chat. There's like 200 people watching. And if I can give you some advice on how to deal with trolls in these kind of fast-moving live streams, just paste some messages. I have a note of all my messages, and I just go in there and I just paste them. I don't even have conversations with people a lot of the times because you can't. A lot of them will be extremely disingenuous. So I just paste messages in there. Help going vegan, challenge 22, all this kind of stuff, because you never know how one person, they see it and they're like, you know what? Let me give this a try. Are you courageous enough to watch the 3-minute video? This kind of stuff, you know? Why not? It helps. And at the end of the day, you remember the conversation we saw at first with the girl who was already aware of what she was doing and she just needed to change. This is what these streams do. This is what your messaging in a chat can do. When you put your messages out there and you don't go into these rants with some nonsense person who's just there to troll, that's what you end up doing. You end up giving it a chance for some people to see it. So it's worth it. I will take my B12 now. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, this is a cool community, and yeah, get your B12. Yeah, welfareism says animals are objects. Yeah, well, none of us agree with welfareism, though. Jackie Boyle, I watch all the vegan videos on Sky's channel, and you are a legend, mate. Yeah, she is. She does a great job. Yeah, she supports a lot of vegans. She's amazing. Yeah. Welfareism is up there with anti-B12 activism, I guess. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I'll see you in the next one. I'll drop here. This is the link to David's stream. Let's get there. Let's support David. And yes, Vegan Gaze will be here in 50 minutes. She was also going to do a stream. But right now, let's support David. Have an awesome day. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a great day here in Amsterdam. It will be warm, and I'm going to be doing activism. If it's warm and I'm expecting a lot of good activism, okay? Bye, everyone.